Hello guys again. After Friday's NFP and unemployment rate dropping in the United States, and on Friday I've updated the 1 hour chart on the Australian dollar, US dollar, and you've seen in there the analysis it is posted on the website and on the YouTube channel. Today I would like to take a look at the euro dollar. This is a daily chart on the euro dollar, and I want to show you and try to understand what's with this 130 level, why this 130 level is that important, and why the market it is behaving the way it is behaving at this area. Talking a little bit of fundamentals after the NFP and the rate cut on Thursday with ECB, the most important thing was that the LTROs were extended towards the second half of 2014, and that makes the liquidity keep going in euro. After the NFP on Friday, the euro actually caught a bullish move after the initial sell-off, because the risk on moves that went on the market, and actually Dow Jones hit 15,000 points, so quite impressive. Now let's take a look why this 130 level seems to be that important. And what I will do first, I will try to take a trend line from the top in here and connect with this low in here like this, okay, and put it like this. So let's make this one blue. So this will be my first trend line, and then an important one will be like this. This seems to be contracting. I don't know if this is a triangle or not, but as long as this shape stays, and I would look at this being the main trend line to the upside, and this being the main trend line to the downside now. So in here, under this scenario, if you take a look how price reacted when coming from the downside, so it comes from top left, and what I would do, I would take a shape on here, so take a shape and put it, let's try to mark it something like this, and then if you take a horizontal line and we'll try to put a number on it, let's make this one 131.51, as you can see, and probably in here being something like 129, 130 level. Okay. Now look at the price, how price reacted when coming from the upside into this area. Okay. So it is rejected, then broken, then the upper trend line. Look at the whole area. Okay. So once broken to the downside or to the upside, look at the opposite horizontal line to provide resistance or support. So in here it is broken, then resistance, broken, then when the area is broken, the lower part of the channel becomes support. So support once, 2 times, 3 times the support, and then broken. If broken to the downside, then the upper part of the channel it becomes resistance, 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 broken. If broken to the upside, then the lower part of the channel becomes support, support, then broken. Okay? Then resistance in here, broken, and then it becomes support at the 130, at the last attempt at the 130 in here. So as you can see the 130 area, let's take a shape, and let's put it like this in here, for example. Let's make this dark gray, and then copy it, and in here, and the 4th time in here, then the 5th time in here. But this is when price is coming from the downside. Okay, we are looking for when the price comes from the upside, and there is support and again support. Now all this represent all this represent 130 area being tested as a support after the upper part of the channel it is being broken. Okay, so this is the 1.30 level. So 1.30 level, let's make this one 14 and let's make it black like this. 1.30 as support. So 1.30 as support like this. Again, 1.30 as support after the upper part of the channel is being broken. So again, in here comes from the upper part of the channel, okay, it is support, then it is broken to the downside, and normally the upper part of the channel now becomes resistance. So resistance, breaking, then support, support, support. Again, breaking, support, breaking, then becomes support. So this is why the 130 level it is then that important. And if you want, you might take and put a value also in here. And what I would also do on this chart, I would take a horizontal line and try to see, let's make this one dark like this, and try to see the 127.40 area when price turned. So 127.46 when price turned. As you can see in here, this is also an important level. Look at the price, what price does on this 127. It is like it is acting like a how to call it, not like a buffer, but like a jumping area. Okay, look at this. So price it is testing the 127.50 and then jumps back, testing the 127.50 and then breaks the upper part of the channel. Okay, testing the 127.50 and then breaks the upper part of the channel. So this should be related. This 27.50 should be related to the breaking of the upper part of the channel. So it comes to the 27.50, then breaks 31.60, 31.50. Comes to the 27.50, then breaks the upper part of the channel, comes for it, then breaks it. Okay, so we are now in a bullish stance on the euro dollar based on this analysis, based on this chart, because we've jumped out of the 127.50 area. We broke the upper part of the channel at 31.50, and now looking just to rebound, to let's say to build energy for going towards a higher level. I will look at this area in here. I will look for this area in here to be my first target. And let's say in here that this is the first target. Let me take a text. So this should be the first target. Look for this trend line to be broken. And as a second target, I will look for these highs in here to be taken. So these highs in here, 137 area, actually to be challenged. So this will be the first target, and the second target to be the highs in the 137. Now I know that this is the second target. I know that this seems to be far away. However, in trading, this is technical analysis on higher time frames. In trading, nothing is impossible is nothing. So keeping my bullish stance on the pair. It should be interesting to see what the pair is going to do when meeting this trend line that comes from the upside. Ideally it should go something like this. Then reject it, retracing, meeting former resistance, being now support, and then price to break and to bounce and break to the upside. But I guess we will see. This is what I wanted to show you for today. It's going to be an interesting week in front of us. We're going to have also President Draghi speaking today in Rome, and Royal Bank of Australia meeting is going to be in the next Asian session. We're going to have IVPMIs, Canadian, and of course this week I think that the US dollar Japanese yen, if you go on the website and check the previous analysis, I think that the US dollar Japanese yen is bound to head towards the all important now 100 level. So until next time, stay safe on the markets, and tomorrow I will try to look, this was the euro dollar, depending on the price structure. Hopefully we will have some movements at least in the North American session, and tomorrow we will take a look at either to the US dollar Canadian dollar to see how it reacted to the IVPMI, or we'll take a look at the Aussie depending on the Royal Bank of Australia outcome this Asian session. There is chatter on the market that they are going to cut the interest rate, and if they do, we want to see what damage is that going to make to our analysis. Until next time, stay safe.